All right, guys. My name is Michael Boone. I will be your instructor for the next 5 weeks for DMA 010, Section 802. Most of you are familiar with the DMA process, but we're going to go over this just in case I have any total newcomers. So in your portal, you have access to Blackboard. And so click on your Blackboard link. This is something that you will have to sign back in again to once you're in the portal. But under your list of courses, you're going to see the operations with integers, 010, 802, or section 802 somewhere in your course list. So when we click on it, we will see some of the things that you need to do first. I would say that probably the most important thing to do first is that mandatory course entry quiz. That needs to be done by this Thursday. So that's the 6th, April 6th by midnight. If it's not done, then I have to drop you from the course. That's the way that our auditors make sure that we are teaching humans. So this gives us what your path should be, what you need. The final exam's on Monday, May 8th. It's open from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it'll probably be in CAD 333, third floor of the CAD building. Here's that mandatory course entry quiz. And I'm Boone. And so let me show you some things under getting started. This is where we're going to find our syllabus so you can read through it just to make sure you understand the requirements from you. It'll have some netiquette things, so if you're emailing your instructor or talking to another student online, the correct ways to respond or reply. So you'll see this master course syllabus and this instructor syllabus. The instructor syllabus will give you when my office's hours are, which is Monday and Thursday from 12 to 1. If you plan on stopping by, just email me. So if I have some other student, I can let you know what time they should be out. So no one's has to wait. So here is my information, my phone extension, my email address. I do only respond to CVCC email addresses, so make sure you're using that. When I send announcements and things out, that's going to go to your CVCC address, so please make sure you're checking that regularly. The WebAssign code, again, most of you already have, but if you haven't done a DMA course before, you'll need to get this, but that doesn't mean that you can't start right away, because there is a trial period if you've never taken a course. So the calculator is just like a basic TI-30 calculator. Here's a basic TI-30. No graphing calculators are allowed. This mandatory course entry quiz, which I'll show you in a minute. Our grading policy, you have to make a 90% or higher on the homework and the quizzes to make sure that you can take the final exam, and I'll show you about those. Talks about when we're taking our final, which is on campus Monday, May 8th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you're eligible for a retake, you don't get above an 80 on the final exam. That date is Wednesday, May 10th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And there's different ways that you can get different windows of retake opportunity, and I'll be reminding you all about that. One thing that I want to make sure everyone is aware of, and the tutoring center or the Learning Assistance Center on the first floor of the CAD building, there are tutors that DMA students can get from day one. So if you want to go get a tutor, please go get one. It is free to you. All right, so free service, so a great opportunity for any student to take advantage of, but the DMA students get them from day one. If you're a veteran, please contact Ellen Gibbs to help with any transitions that you need. We don't smoke on campus. You only show up to campus officially for those final exams, but don't do that. If you have any questions, the math department head is Jonathan Loss, but the developmental math coordinator is Brenda Lewis. She would be the person I would advise if you have any questions. And you can't get in contact with me, or you don't want to contact me. Maybe you want to, you're having some type of concerns. So I would contact Brenda Lewis first for that. And if you're looking for me, the administrative assistant, Deborah Cree, she would probably be the person to go to. She might have an idea of where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at half the time. So back to our Blackboard. we also have under course content. This is something that I want you to take advantage of, please. It's processing. So there's a learning objectives vocabulary list. So you have some assignments in Blackboard, which is your vocab quizzes. And then you're going to have your assignments in WebAssign, which is where your homework and your quizzes are for each section. So I've made some videos. It's just me talking about the content. I'm working out some of the problems, but you may find it beneficial. So this is content and supplemental videos, and it just takes you to a Word document where you can just click on some links, and the links are specific to a section. So if you are having problems with section 4, I'll be talking about some of the content. I'll be doing some of the homework problems that are yours. And then also on most of them, I have a supplemental video where you can actually see me writing out how to do the problems. So that might be something you might find useful. It's coming. I know it is. Just have to be patient. I'm not patient all the time, but it will pop up. So that's going to be something where videos links will pop up there on YouTube, and you'll have access to those. So while that's working on coming up, I want to take you to your assignments tab. So your assignments tab is very important. The very first assignment that you need to be looking at is that mandatory course entry quiz. For online students, you have to do that as soon as possible. So here's that mandatory course entry quiz. It's due by this Thursday coming up. But here's where you can access WebAssign. It gives you a pacing guide on where you should be along with the incentive check. So if you have at least 50% of the sections done up to a certain point, you get an incentive. And the incentive is that if you do not score above an 80, your window for retest opportunity increases. So the more incentive checks you do, the larger that window could be. Some grading sheet for you to keep tabs of yourself. See, the skill quizzes are great practice. Maybe after you complete each section, to do the skill quiz from that section. It's a handwritten. I'll tell you, the person who made the skill quiz is also the person that made the test, the final you're taking. So it's great practice. And also it comes with the key. But down here are your vocab quizzes that you have to take. You have to make a 90% or higher, which on these means you can miss one, and that's it. So there are a vocab quiz from section 1 all the way down to section 11. So mandatory course entry quiz first, and then Blackboard, your other things that you're required to do are these vocab quizzes. So I want to go to the Access WebAssign, because this is how you will get into the meat of the work for this section. And as that's popping up, I'm going to try to hit this and see if it's up. And it's still not up. Oh, it brought up a Word doc. Maybe that's where I should look. And so in this Word document, again, these are just links to YouTube videos that I've created that may be helpful to you. So again, the supplemental is me working out a problem, and you can see me working out the problem. The section videos has me looking at some WebAssign questions and talking about some content. So these are available to you, and I would love for you to use them if you find them beneficial. So don't need that anymore. Let's go back to the WebAssign. So this is what our course looks like. I'm going to put it on student view so we can see exactly what you're looking at. And what it'll have your text. It has your assignments. Again, you have a 13 days. If you haven't purchased a WebAssign code, this would be your first class. So I'm going to say I'm going to continue with that. And I will continue, but eventually you will have to get all that stuff in. And again, the access code is good for any DMA course that you have. So that's kind of an awesome plug. So this student view is going to have where your sections are, your e-text. It'll have, they have online videos that talk about the sections. For each part of your work, there's a short intro that you have to watch. There's some practice problems, and then you take the quiz. So this lecture is a short video lecture. There is some practice problems, and then here's the quiz. So the quiz is a thing that I need to have a 90% or higher on each quiz. So section 1 quiz has to have a 90 or higher. Again, it will not let you do the reading until you do the lecture. So make sure you complete these things. We can see that here is our textbook, same as the physical copy if you have that. Scrolling all the way down, you'll see these study plans. So here's the 010. So we can look at that one, operations with integers, and it'll have, oh, that's a personal study plan, sorry. Meant to click on the resources. The resources are a little bit lower, but they have some practice quizzes and things like that, a tutorial. So this is awesome stuff, this personal study plan. But let's go back, because I want you to show you where the online resources are. When y'all have questions, I think it pops up with Ask My Instructor. And so if you have those questions, it'll send me an email, and then I'll respond to you, and it's through WebAssign. So please make sure that if you're having questions that you let me know, and you can let me know through WebAssign, and I'll be able to see the problem you're working on. You can ask me a question, and then I can reply within WebAssign. So here's all these different videos that the publisher has made, right, from this section. So you have my videos, you have the publisher's videos, you have the LAC. There's all these people out there that are trying to help. So make sure you are asking questions. I love people to ask questions and let me know that you're working. Please try to stay ahead. The actual due date on this says May 12th. The due date for all of your assignments is before you take your final exam, which your final exam is on the 8th at 12 p.m. So at noon on Monday the 8th is when all of these assignments due. Don't look at this 12th date. It is wrong. Look at the 8th, May 8th. Monday, May 8th at noon is when all this stuff is due. So if you have any questions as you go along, please let me know. Email me, call me, stop by my office, do all those things. And I hope we can be successful in this last 5-week session that we have, spring 2017. And if you have any questions, let me know. I have a lot of people that don't ask questions till the very end. Let me know from the beginning, and that'd be awesome. So have a great day. Get that mandatory course entry quiz started, and get started on the material. Thank you.